What is going on, guys? Zip of RageQuitTV casting the finals, which means it's a BO5 now. Yes, it is two Complexity MVP guys duking it out now, and you wouldn't know who they were by their names because they both don't have North American counts using their clan mates. It is MVP Keen spawning as the Orange Terran and MVP Monster spawning as the Red Zerg. This is the TVZ game number 1 of this series, and again, it is a BO5, and it's very early in Korea. If you don't know who MVP Monster is, this is the guy who was in Code A and knocked MC out of Code A. Yes, this is that legend who took MC and said, no, 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 you are no longer in Code A. Took him down. Don't fear, MC lovers. He got back to Code S via MLG, I believe it was. And MVP Keen, you don't know who this guy is? He was Code S for a brief period of time. He may still be. I don't think he is. But the very first GSL Team League, this guy was awarded the MVP because he came back with so many clutch wins for his team. So we'll see if he can come for a clutch win in the tournament as well. I'm sure these two players know each other inside and out. And I'd almost bet you'll see a 6 pool later on in this series just because of the time and the players knowing who each other are so well. And not too much going on in either player's base. Both players just building the stuff to defend. Overlord chilling out right here. We have a gas immediately coming down from Keen, so he's not going to be going for any type of 2-lax build. They do spawn close by air positions, which means that airplay will be favored. You will see Monster be going mutas and not infestors, and we will most likely be seeing Keen do drops just because it is close by air positions. It means, let's say Monster does an attack, and Keen can defend it fairly easily. That means he can take some of his forces and drop at the same time into Monster's base almost immediately. Overlord is going to hide out on that high ground. And it looks like we will be seeing a factory be built very shortly. He's getting a supply depot. He's just about that 100 gas. And we'll see it this time perfectly. Look at this. 150 and 100 now. And he doesn't throw down the factory immediately. But it's cool. We love him anyways. There goes the factory being built right here to protect... kind of protects against Baneling Bust a little bit, and also will allow him for a quick swap. He will be opening up with a reactor Hellions, I would assume. There goes the reactor. The factory is going to be taking its place, and we'll see exactly what Monster is up to. Only has one guy on gas, has his speed not started yet. And I wonder if that's a mistake. That can't be a mistake having only one guy on gas because he's Zerg. I am extremely curious. He hasn't even mined enough gas to get metabolic boost. He's only mined 34 gas, or 24 gas, 26 gas. Not too much. The reactor barracks now just complete. The factory is going to be taking its place, and he will go with reactor Hellions very soon. And the command center is coming out, so he will be going on his natural as well. This is the most common TVZ build. I don't see any Terran players not doing it. It was popular before the 2x became popular, and then Zerg decided, okay, 2x is horrible, it's easy to defend, just use all your drones. And then this just came back. Because this doesn't set you back econ and the econ at all, and gives you complete map control. Even when they have speedlings, your Hellions still pose a threat, and you keep them out right here and keep them contained into their base. And we have one lane just running around. And trying to get a scout on. He may actually get a scout on Keen's base. Lane comes down. You gotta start shooting the Ling, and the Ling does not get in due to those supply depots being lifted. Hellion see the one spine coil gets hit a few times. The injured Hellion, of course, goes in the back. 2 more Hellions coming out. Does have a tech lab on this barracks, but he is getting Stim and Marauders. This is gonna be a timing attack. He is going to win the game. Around the 8-minute and 30-second mark, I believe he will be attacking. Well, maybe it is going to be like 9-minute, 9:30. I want to say the 8-minute, 30-second he's going to move out. That is just a guess. But this is definitely going to be early aggression. The Marauders do well against Queens and Spine Coils. The Hellions do well against Lings. Also, if he builds roaches, well, the Marauders do very well against roaches as well. And we'll see if Monster has any idea about this. He has to sacrifice an Overlord if he wants to see this. The influx in Hellions is not going to tell him. Even have 2 Hellions on this watchtower. In case any Lings were to sneak past, he can intercept them. 7 minutes now, he's moving out with 2 Marauders. He's moving out a lot earlier than I thought. I thought he'd wait for more Marauders. At least 6. The Baneling's Nest going up. Baneling's Nest isn't going to be good against anything that Keen has. Those Marauders do show themselves, and he's going for it. This is a lot early. He doesn't need to engage this early, but he is anyways. Those Marauders just want to take out this Spine Coil. I guess that was his only goal, was for 2 Marauders to take out the Spine Coil. He knows exactly how many it does take that. There's Hellions going into a spot where they can pick off the Queen. Does not do that. Those Lings get a good position on those Hellions. 2 more Spine Coils just about up, and it looks like Monster is going to be able to defend this. Another Marauder does come. And more Hellions are being built. It doesn't look like he's lost that many Hellions. Let's go to this loss tab. Looks about even. A Spire is being built. That's why I said 8 minutes and 30 seconds. Look at the timer. This is when you want to be doing your attack, when the Spire has been started. And this would be so much stronger if he had like 6 Marauders now with all his Hellions. Just come in. He's going to try to deny the creep tumors. And he may start shooting one of his own Hellions. There he goes. Knows what it is. Places his Hellion on top of it. Shoots his own Hellion to pick off that creep tumor. Very nicely done. And he has no anti-air out. He's getting Marines now. This is cutting it so close that eBay just about finished. And will he be getting missile turrets immediately or going for upgrades? Why'd you build that missile turret? Has he thrown a scan down? Yes, he has. He sees the Spire. He threw a scan. He knows that is there. So he will be getting missile turrets. Oh, he should. Knocking them would be a mistake in my eyes. Throws that scan to pick off these 2 tumors. He does not want Monster to have any creep spread whatsoever. And he knew those mutas were coming. Huh. No missile turrets just yet. Maybe he thinks he has enough Marines where he can deal with these mutas no problemo. Definitely a questionable decision coming out. That missile turret is delayed, but it only has 25-second build time, so maybe it'll be out just in time. And he has the timing down. And I make a mistake when I see a Spire and immediately build a missile turret. And it looks like they are just finishing, so wow. Pretty nicely done, but I don't know where they got built at. This natural main. Okay, it's back here. This one side is vulnerable. Looks like he's going to use Marines to protect that side. Missile turret is going to start shooting a muta and almost kills one. Meanwhile, we have the Lings taking out the gold rocks. A bunch of Hellions just sitting on the watchtower. Some nice Overlord spread to see any drops coming in from that angle. And it looks like Keen is going to be dividing the map in half, starting a wall off. And those Hellions get picked up immediately. And I have to say, Monster, he is pretty sick. Look at this Overlord spread. Medevac drops ain't gonna do anything. And the mutas just continually poking in. Hasn't really lost that many mutas. Keeping them all alive. Another sign of a great player. And now maybe he'll pick off a supply depot, but those do go down. The mutas now say, you're still on 2 bays? Oh man, I just got my 3rd up, dude. About to be taking my gold base to be my 4th. And we have the command center now started for Keen. And he is moving out. If this push doesn't do damage, he will definitely be behind. And it looks like 4 Marines dropped in and immediately get cleaned up. That does allow these Marines to move out, take out these tumors, so Monster cannot see the tanks. And it looks like he is retreating right away. He has forced more Lings to be built, but let's go to this drone count. He has 60 drones for 3 bases, plus 56 SCVs on 2 bases. And that eBay could be going down. This muta's still just doing so much annoying damage. Fourth base is on the way for Monster, and these rocks have not been taken out, either of them. Curious which ones he does decide to take out. Muta's going to be coming in and just looking for base. Is going to say, you're still on 2 bases. Huh. And oh! Medevac gonna go down. And that was a huge loss for Keen, especially when he was behind the supply count, as is. 156 to 126 now. As long as he doesn't A-move with the mutas, I think he's going to be able to stay in the lead for quite some time. And that reactor could have went down, but he wants to keep his mutas alive. He's come back with even more mutas. +2 is on the way, +1 weapons on the way for those lanes. One missile does go down almost instantly. Now the muta's going to be falling back. Forces a stem, just keeping these medevac's energy low. Meanwhile, Ling's going to be taking out the rocks up here. He may be taking out these next. Just wait for Monster to do it, but Monster is getting up to take the gold base, it looks like. So if he can take out these rocks unnoticed, those Lings may do a lot of damage to the middle line. But a drop does come by and spots all of these Lings. Bailings immediately started morphing. And that is a horde of mutas. Muta's going to be coming in and immediately going away. 7 Marines on the way with a missile turret being built. And that missile turret is there to protect the gold base. This is enough Marines to scare these mutas. And now the Lings are coming, hoping those Marines overextended, but no, they fall back to the tank line. Banelings go down without doing any damage, and now this is what Keen needed. Keen took out all of those ground forces without losing anything. He has done so much damage. Going to this loss tab, you can see he still lost more. But that is what he needed. I'm really not sure why he had Marines just up there, chilling out. Maybe he killed a muta that was hanging out about there. I have no idea. Bunch more mutas coming in. That is, oh my god, 24 mutas. And that reactor may just burn to the ground. It's at 20 HP left, and SV is going to come, saves it at 15, and going to start repairing it. Tank's going to slowly be pushing, and let's put this production tab back up. The hive still on the way. And those Lings get us around on the Marines. Those mutas help clean them up, and oh man, those tanks deal out a lot of damage to those Lings. And the muta's just grouping up. There's enough mutas to just one volley tanks, I believe, if he wants to do that. And keep in mind, he has this overload spread still. Marines not going to be able to go too around unnoticed at all, but this one base is overextending just a tad bit, and will be dealt with the drops. And by overextended, I don't mean that in a bad way. I just mean it's not going to be that easy to protect it from drops with this current overlord placement. And there we go, those Marines are going to be taken care of. They go in the medevac, but the mutas are on the way. And the medevac goes down almost instantly. And one tank on the low ground, I'm not low ground, just in the distance, going to be shooting a spine call. They outrange the spine calls by so much. And it looks like Monster is going to go up and do a counterattack, but we have a sensor tower actually built, which sees this coming so he can get back into position. And oh man, that's just a lot of Marines. This lane's going to run immediately away when they see that cluster of Marines. And Festers are here. Scan goes down to see them. And a few phone goes will be extremely, extremely good. Thors are out to deal with that heavy muted count. And it looks like Keen may have too much here. It's going to be all coming down to if these Blue Lords or Infestors can do their worth. Mainly comes down to infestors, honestly. Which... he has 6 of them somewhere. I have no clue where the infestors have been this entire fight. Still 6. They're coming now. Maybe it was in the unit production count, he was building 6. But no, he wasn't because he had 200 energy on them. So, infestors just extremely late to the party, but Monster does hold it off. And Keen has to be careful now. That engagement did not go favorably for him at all. And I don't know why. Maybe a Baneling hit and he didn't split up his units. It looked like he was just going to stomp that, but now it's 180 supply to 123. More Broodlords are coming out. And looks like they just want to say hi to the infestors, and now they are moving back. I'm going to see 200 supply again. Next production cycle out of Monster. Unless he sacrifices a lot of mutas just doing damage, because he doesn't really need these mutas that much anymore. Pick off missile turrets left and right. Marine's going to be stemming back, and now going to go for the reactors. But he's not going to get any. This one's burning again. Another SV will most likely be saving that. Actually, I don't know. Okay, he's right there building another missile turret. It's at 10 HP. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. And it's going to burn to the ground. That Centaur does spot all of these mutas. The Vikings trying to greet them. And right now, Monster's just checking. Do you have... I think he assumes he has that base. I don't think he's seen it recently. And there we go. A big drop coming down from Monster. Going to be taking out some of the tech, it looks like. Or maybe not. A few Banelings rolling in. He's trying to take out the Greater Spider, and he is going to get it, actually. I didn't think he would. Oh, I thought he would, and then I thought he wouldn't, and then I saw he did. But there are plenty of Broodlords out right now. I'd say 10 is enough Broodlords. And they're going to make mincemeat of this few Marines. Meanwhile, Fallen Girth goes down here, picking off a lot of Marines. Oh, 25. Looks like 32 Marines did fall right there to those Fallen Girths. And that Spider is being rebuilt. And we're going to have Monster just hold this one watchtower as long as he possibly can until he decides to move out. He's getting an Ultralisk Cavern right now because he has forced Vikings to come out, and Ultralisks do well against Vikings because Vikings don't have a good attack against ground. And looks like the gold base is mined out, so he's going to lift it up and move it. Here we go, the Broodlords doing a lot of damage. Lings are going to be coming in, the Infestor's going to shoot some Infested Talons at the tanks. Gets a Fallen Girth in the back. I don't know how he Fallen Girth there. Maybe there was a Infestor that was on the side and got it, but this is going to be it. I don't see any real defense for these Broodlords. Now, there goes the GG. We're going in game number 2 very